Hello again, green butterflies. Here we are on a lesson 11.5, two-dimensional shapes on three-dimensional shapes. What two-dimensional shapes do you see on the flat surfaces of three-dimensional shapes? Now remember, three-dimensional just means we can pick it up and hold it and touch it and roll it around and stuff like that. So here's a three-dimensional shape, a cylinder. Now, two-dimensional shapes just mean the flat ones, like rectangles, circles, triangles, stuff like that. So it says to use a cone. Now remember, the essential question says, what two-dimensional shapes do you see on the flat surfaces of three-dimensional shapes? So let's look at a cone. It has a curved surface. We don't have to worry about the curved surface at all. All we're worried about is the flat surface. So let's look. It says, Lee places a cone on a piece of paper and draws around its flat surface. What did Lee draw? So go ahead and take a cone. If you need to pause the video while you go get it, do that. Put it on your paper and draw around it. You'll need to hold it really still. You might need to kind of pick it up and come around from the other direction. What did he make? That's right, he made a circle. Let's see what other shapes we can make by tracing three-dimensional shapes. It says here, trace around the flat surfaces of the three-dimensional shape to find the two-dimensional shape. And that's what they did here. Now, I am going to recommend to you that you go and get a black dry erase marker and a whiteboard. If you can't find a black one, use any color you want, but black is the best because it erases the most easily. So, go ahead and pause the video and go get your marker and your dry erase board, and then come back. It says, use three-dimensional shapes. Trace around the flat surfaces. Circle the shapes you draw. Now, just like I told you the other day when we were counting the sides of shapes, what you might want to do is mark after you've traced a side. Just put a little mark on it so that you know that you've already traced it. Let's look at this cube. If I trace, let's see, I'm going to trace this side first. I've done that one. And now let's see, I'll trace this face. So now I've done that one, and I could keep going until I've done all of them, but actually you guys already know this is a cube. Every single face is shaped like what? Every single face is shaped like a square. When you're done tracing sides, please erase it so it doesn't stain. Okay? Every single face is shaped like a square. So once you've traced, then go ahead and just circle the shapes that it makes. Okay? Also remember, you do not have to trace the curved sides, so you don't need to lay a cone down on the paper and try to trace around that. Okay? You're only tracing the flat surfaces. Okay? Go ahead and do this part. Here, now this is a little bit different. Circle the objects you could trace to draw the shape. A juice box. Could you lay a juice box flat on a paper and trace some part of it and make a rectangle? Could you do that with a book? What about with a can full of, well, anything? We have things shaped like most of these things in the classroom. If you need to go get them and trace them on a piece of paper, or better yet, on a whiteboard so that you don't go through a whole lot of paper, go ahead and do that. All right, go ahead and get started.